If I had to give any 90s character, it'd be my alter ego. Ooh, that's a good one. Moesha. Moesha. There's my girl. I love Moesha.
You do love Moesha.
Mm-hmm. Love in the morning. Okay, girl. Listen. my girl, her and Q. Like,
we gotta let you redo the dance. We gotta find you someone that look like that part so you can redo the dance.
Okay, I'm here for it. I love Moesha. So if you could name any character from the 90s as your alter ego, who would it be? Make it a good one.
A good one. I would say.
How you gonna top Moesha?
You can't. You can. Because I would say the woman that I am today, I would say my 90s alter ego, 80s/90s. We do just characters from like TV shows, movies.
All of the above. Entertainment world.
I would. Damn, no, that came out in 2000s. I was gonna say Monica for Love and Basketball, but that was like 2000s.
It gave 90s vibes, but early 2000s.
My alter ego is always like, Will Smith. But I was trying to think of a female character, but I was just,
you
the
just
Fresh
love
Prince.
You some Fresh Prince.
And just
you
dope.
love Fresh Prince. That's crazy.
Just dope as fuck. Like, that's the only thing I could think of. And I was racking my brain trying to think of a female, but my alter ego would be the one and only, Will. His
Yeah. No, he was smooth. He was definitely
smooth. Fresh as fuck. He always had, like, their wardrobe, like, Will and Hillary. Like, I'm like, if I could always, get any wardrobe from the 90s, it would be Will and Hillary. Like,
okay, so, because now I have to ask, it's the battle of the 90s of the shows. God. Because Will definitely put a lot of highlight on Jordan's back in the day, like the way he, swagged things out. And Martin did the same thing. So who do you think won the battle of the 90s of putting Jordans on better than Michael Jordan himself?
I've been
for the culture.
Dying to talk about that. One, because I feel like Will was just fresh from head to toe.
He was.
And as I look back at Martin episodes, Martin used to just have on a t-shirt and jeans and some J's. Like, he wasn't fresh. He was when you watch the episode, so I feel like you feel differently.
No, I just say it's interesting.
I said if you watch like old episodes of Martin, you'll see like he would have like Jordans, but he'd have on like a t-shirt, some jeans, and some sweats, and Will would have like these like color blockers, and like he had all the Jordans, everything. And so I'm like, Martin couldn't even touch Will. Now, the other real question of the 90s was, which one was a better show? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Martin?
Okay, so I'm going to answer the first question. The first question, I think Martin definitely, I can see the difference. I understand, like, Fresh Prince being from head to toe, because I think he gave that younger vibe. That's something that we can relate to, something how we'll do things. Yeah, very. And I think Martin was, like, the dad, like how the dad jokes are. The dad that still wears the Jordans. He's still down with Jordan because he remembers the Jordan balls, and we're more like, oh, we remember Jordan because it's Jordan, like
the uncle at the cookout.
Yeah, like, so I can see that. The better show, hands down. It's no questions asked. Hands down, the better show of the 90s between the Fresh Prince and Martin is Martin.
It's a struggle, and I feel like all my life I've always said the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because that's always been my favorite show. And then as I got into an adult, I was like, Martin is hilarious and like the ad libs, but I feel like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had more range, and so I feel like the show and like the storylines were much more complex as opposed to Martin. And then we had that whole issue where in season 5 they couldn't even film together, and that takes a lot from the show's quality.
It does, but historically, numbers wise and all this stuff, I mean, people still watch Fresh Prince, not to, because I think they hit on topics. They definitely did. I think it showed a different type of living outside of the Cosby's. Like, it was like a fresher look for the black community to live. A mom, dad, uncle, whoever you choose to look up to, it's like, okay, cool, these people got money. Like, that's a different type of lifestyle. But
I mean, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. And Martin is there.
And Martin, I would say this.
DVD wise.
Is that who?
DVD wise. Culture wise.
I don't know Martin. Like I say, I feel like Martin was well beyond his time, and just like all of his characters and the way that he was able to, portray that on film, and like you get, all these distinct characters with these distinct personalities, and it's like none of them were the same. And so I'm like, since Martin, and Eddie is a genius as well, but I've never seen no one ever really do what Martin did on a TV show.
I think Eddie hit his, for me personally, he hit his pivotal moment when he did Come Into America. That was him being, if you want to compare it between Martin and him, Martin had a more longer series, had a longer whatever, so you can't compare it in that way. But as far as like character wise, Eddie was able to do the same thing in the barbershop and make it look so natural, and so he hit that pivotal and Coming to America. Like that was the moment. Like Eddie, no, he had like 48 hours and like all this other stuff or whatever, but
legendary always.
Never shit on him, because I do love Norbit. I do. I think Norbit is cute. I think Norbit. You want to be my boyfriend? You got a girlfriend, Norbit? I just listen. I love Norbit, but Coming to America was mind blowing. Changed everything, whole life. Yeah, so are we going to get into these questions about our friendship?
Why we here today?
Yes.
So next month will reach 10 years of us knowing each other.
Yes.
So 10 years of growth, 10 years of evolution, 10 years of friendship, 10 years of sisterhood. Yes. So we're going to ask some questions.
See how we really feel, I guess, or
So the first question is, so what was your memory of our first encounter?
First memory of our first encounter is, I'm so embarrassed to say this. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh my God.
I'm so
embarrassed.
Oh my God. I'm so embarrassed to say this. My mom was so rude. My mom was so rude. Oh my goodness. She didn't. Okay, sorry, Mom. But she didn't mean to do it like on purpose. Because she was very upset with how so take it back. I ended up going to HBCU, going to FAMU, and she ended up going to Florida State. So we both went to in Tallahassee. I didn't have a dorm room. I was like determined not to stay in the dorm rooms at all, and I ended up getting an apartment. Talking my parents into giving me my apartment, and the apartment that we got was so trash. It was trash.
It had this smell.
It was moldy. It had like this rotten wood underneath holding up the cabinets. Like, it was horrible. Like, it was felt moldy. It felt wet in there. Like, it was just not. And so my mom, when she walked in, and it smelled like paint on top of the mold. So when my mom walked in, she was like, hell no. So Dashana's mom tried to talk to her, like, and mom was like, yeah, Sandra, like, she was so, and I felt like so embarrassed. I felt so embarrassed. That was my first memory.
And I actually forgot about that till you brought it up, and I was like, she just was Miss Sandra just was not here for the shit. She was just like, no.
She's not the one. My mom was not the one to play
She
with.
was not.
Nah, she wasn't.
I think one of my first memories, since our first encounter, was like when we, you know, had complained to them about the apartment, and we both were sitting in the living room as they came in. They didn't send some young, remember they sent some young boys in there to like try to clean the apartment, and we just both, L'Oreal was like standing on the hallway, and I'm like sitting on the couch, like standing by the couch because the couch was so dirty I didn't want to sit on it.
It was green.
Some different colors.
Oh my God.
And we just sitting there watching these young boys like clean, just knowing like we finna move. So then I looked into like the suite, so they had some more like fancier style apartments
in the back of the moldy apartments. Come to find out, those apartments caught on fire. Remember, like before, they say years before we moved there, they end up catching on fire. And it was just a whole situation. Yeah.
So and then we ended up moving into the suites. And then that first year, they told us that they didn't have any together, so we had kind of like split up. And then the second year, we ended up
but we was only like literally
across the hall. Yeah, we still spent the nights like, you know, we was always together.
It was there. So the second thing that I would like to know from you about our friendship as we celebrate 10 years is, what was your first impression of me?
So, my first initial impression was like, this girl is real quiet, and that's not you at all.
I am.
That's not L'Oreal at all.
I am quiet.
And so when we first was like rooming, it was like, you know, when you first meet someone, it's like a little awkward, and it's like, hey, you know, hey, I'm your roommate, and she was like real quiet. And then I think one time she invited me to, I don't know if it was Buffalo Wild Wings, but you had invited me somewhere, and I was back home in Orlando, and so I came back. CC's. I think the first time we actually went somewhere was CC's Pizza.
It was
in that public
right
plaza.
in the plaza. Yep.
And we went to CC's, and we sat there for hours like talking. And I was like, oh, this girl cool. She cool. But my first initial impression was like, oh, she real quiet, because I was like real tough, real rough back then. And I was like, she's so quiet. I was fooled.
I am quiet.
Fooled. So what was your? I can't even keep a. What was your first impression?
Okay, so my first impression of Dashana was, I honestly didn't think we were gonna be cool. I didn't. Not necessarily in a bad way, because like I remember like the first couple of days that I had moved in, you were like really gone, but you was hanging out with your homegirl that you had done met over the summer, Melanin.
Okay.
You was hanging out with her
Melanin.
because she had a car.
Okay.
So, you know, we freshmen in college, you know, your homegirl got a car, you know.
She's probably helping with my furniture and stuff.
Yeah, so, you know, we didn't really get like a chance to like, so I didn't think anything. But I think once the CC's Pizza did happen, I was like, okay.
We talked, we was there for hours.
It was just there, like, we just vibing. It's like, okay, cool. And then that's when we just
hit it off. And then it was just, we was like inseparable since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. All right. So, my question for you is like, what is your favorite memory that we had in college? Favorite college memory?
It's so many. Do I have to pick one? Oh no.
No. It is so many.
I can't do one.
Throw one out there though.
Mm-mm.
What's the first thing that come to mind? What's some of our like
I
favorite
don't want to
traditions?
say it on camera.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't want to say it on camera. I don't want to say it on camera. Okay. If I had to put it in terms, I would definitely say, I think overall, my favorite memory of us is just how we used to move.
I was gonna go that same route, and I was just
how
gonna
we
say
used to move. Like we used to, it was just like
go with the flow.
we just go with the flow,
What
and
the
it was
wind
we
blows.
used to have our times. Like we didn't, you know, it was still learning and growing, and it's still learning and growing now, a part of it or whatever. But the way we just used to move,
It was just like when people saw me, they saw, you know, L'Oreal. If I was by myself, it's like, where your sister?
Yeah.
We used to tell people we was twins,
we did.
and they used to believe us. And it's
Yeah.
like, don't we look alike?
Yeah.
And you know, niggas that's trying to holler was like, yeah, y'all do. And I would say the same thing because I was gonna say, you know, all of our adventures.
Yeah.
We used to go on late nights, and me and L'Oreal talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
We used to go, you know, times was a little hard. We both like, you know, semi first generational.
Yeah. College goers, you know.
And we used to walk to in like a mile and a half to McDonald's, and we used to split a 20-piece. So they had 20-piece nuggets for $1.99. We get 20 nuggets. We get 2 small fries and 2 sweet teas.
Yep.
Because you get the
big
big
one.
sweet tea.
The big one, nice and sweet too.
And we used to split it. And if we had some left over, we took it home. I don't eat McDonald's to this day. I judge adults that eat McDonald's, but
Oh, girl, I be eating every night and I step into McDonald's.
I mean, I don't eat their fries. And
You had McDonald's?
I had a
She had
McFlurry.
McDonald's yesterday, but you still had McDonald's though. You didn't say, "Oh, I don't eat McDonald's meat," or exactly. You just said, "I don't eat McDonald's." And look, you went into McDonald's yesterday, and I didn't get nothing except for some water.
I eat their oatmeal, their French fries.
Oh, but
And
you,
the ice cream.
but you. Okay.
But now if you
I'm gonna
eat
let you have
that mystery meat. But yeah, we had our struggle meals, and that was one of our famous late night
adventures. It was, and it was real cute because it was 24 hours or whatever. And we used to go to the library, and the library, FSU library, was right across the street from McDonald's.
Stroke the library.
Yeah.
That was our little spot in the little.
It was like Club
back
Stroker.
glass, you know.
That's what they used to call it. So it was cool.
That was our shit. That
And we used to go on FAMU campus. and
FAMU,
hang out.
you know,
Set Friday.
Set Fridays.
Market Wednesday was a vibe too. at
Market
one
was,
point.
yeah, it was. It was always like meat, because at Florida State, our restaurants, we had like a sushi spot. We had a Polo Tropical and a
We used to
Papa John's
always get that bowl, that yellow.
with the yellow, the choppy
Right,
chop, the choppy chop.
Oh my god! And I used to put so much hot sauce. I'm like a hot sauce fanatic.
That
Like,
Cristal.
I love hot sauce.
Favorite hot sauce?
Cristal.
Okay, making
Cristal.
sure.
Cristal.
The one and only.
What? And you know, it's so hard to find it up here. It's so hard. Like I have to like be in Brooklyn in order to find it. It's so
Y'all
hard to
have
find
like
it.
regular.
Heck no,
Yeah.
we ain't got no regular. We got mom and pops. You know, they get what they can, but shout out to them too, because you know they gotta make it too.
You know, we support black business.
So the next question that I have for Dashana is, where do you see our friendship, since we're celebrating 10 years now, because you know we met each other in 2010, just in case some of you guys don't want to do the math, it's okay, I'm not that, yeah, okay. So so where do you see our friendship in the next 10 years?
In the next 10 years, and so we're talking 2030.
Ooh,
That's so long. I
be
see
38. We'll be 38.
I guess we're almost reaching 40. You know, black women peak once they get like 40. They start aging backwards.
I feel like I'm already down, but you
21.
know,
You know, barely legal.
don't even get, you know, always get carded.
Always. But at 38, I definitely see us more involved. I feel like I see us at 38 where we're able to kind of look at and enjoy the fruits of our labor. And so everything that we talked about 20 years prior, so everything that we talked about in like 2010 and those plans that we made, you know, like vacationing, you know, husband, little kids, little rascals running around, a couple jits here and there.
I only want one.
I want like 5.
Good luck.
You know, but God's plan. But I see us, you know, more aware. I feel like we will, start coming into our own. But I do feel like we will be at that place in life where we can sit back and be like, everything I worked hard for, all those struggles, all those hard times, all those nights that I cried was, for this moment.
It was worth it.
And so that's when we, traveling to Paris, I'll be coming to visit L'Oreal in New York, leaving the kids at home with their daddy.
Yeah.
As I go, vacation. But I just see us, evolving into something, into more of a sisterhood, into, that unbreakable bond where, like, that's always gonna be my sister, and we've always been, teacher cry.
Emotional walls, girl, emotional walls.
But I definitely see, like, in 10 years, I just see us better than ever. So better than we've ever been. So, I mean, you can go ahead and try to top that, but, where you see us in 10 years. Go ahead and hit us with that diction.
Vice versa. Next question. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. You said how I would talk that. That's how I talked it. Vice versa. Next question. I'm just joking. How am I gonna top that?
So we 38.
We'll be 38. Oh my God. I definitely see us both still being the way that we are now. And I mean that in a sense of like with growth, but I mean as far as like our friendship. I think we will always still be true to each other. I think
I'm gonna cry.
We will always learn how to forgive one another, no matter what we may go through or face in our friendship and our sisterhood, and our relationship, because things will come and test things. And I definitely see us having everything that we said that we wanted. Having the career, being financially stable, being mentally okay, being spiritually okay, physically in shape, being well equipped as a mother, as a wife, as Dashana, as L'Oreal, as sisters, as friends to each other. I think we will be everything that we hope that we can be, because we will understand what it is to be friends, to be sisters, to understand our journey, to understand what it's like to go through life.
You did top that. You're going to break out the way for the song. We are brothers. We are happy.
Yeah, we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. All right, cut and beautiful action, guys.
What do you enjoy most about our friendship / sisterhood?
What I enjoy the most about our friendship, our sisterhood, our bond is it's not complex. You know what I mean? Like,
Easy peasy.
it's just really easy peasy.
It's just,
Yeah.
I definitely would say the same thing. I would just say like the genuineness since like day one. Like it wasn't like I gotta try to figure her out. It was just like we just clicked and just connected.
Yeah.
And so over the years, it's always been so genuine. And even in terms of like vulnerability, like we've seen each other in like the toughest moments, and I've never like anything that I've like confided in you, like I've never thought that it would ever, come out or anything. It's just like, I already know that's my sister. So if we were to stop talking today and then talk for the rest of our lives, I know that everything I've like confided in you, shared with you was safe.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, this was something, like I would definitely say, my friendship with you at the age of 18 definitely, put a high standard of what a friend is. In terms of like, and I carried that expectations in other friendships, and it was just like, people would do certain things, and I'm like, I'm not really use to.
I'm not perfect though.
I'm not perfect. She's not perfect. Perfectly flawed.
Perfectly flawed. Per.
Period.
The last question that I have for you is how. This is a big one. This is a huge one. How do you think we have helped each other grow in life?
I think the biggest way that we've helped each other grow is by, being acceptive of those changes and that growth. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in a lot of friendships end because people start to evolve and change. And, your friends can't accept that and they, don't understand that. And I feel like with us, the evolution has always been that I'm going to bring you with me. I'm going to bring you up with me, but I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to hold you to a standard of a person that I once used to know.
So this is us celebrating our 10th year.
We don't even have nothing to toast to.
It's okay. We'll always do another video and have another reason to cheers. Because we'll be friends for a while. So, yes, guys, I am Lori Fischio.
And I'm Dashana, aka the Fresh Princess.
Yeah.
That would explain a lot.
That explains a lot. Right? So, yeah, this is us.
And we're in New York right now.
Yeah.
This is not our 10-year trip. Our 10-year trip is going to be to LA because that is just our goal.
But we just have to wait to just dies out. So that will probably be for a while.
And if my grandkids ever see this video, I want to give a disclaimer. You may see pictures of me out there where it says that the year was 1990. And that's just me, trying to